This week I received an email from Neil, and unfortunately he had to have what's called a myofascial release massage, and he wanted to know what can he do to avoid that dreaded massage ever again. If you follow me for any period of time, you know I'm a big fan of snacking and consuming on a regular basis fruits and vegetables because of the water content, the presence of electrolytes. Obviously they're very nutrient dense on top of everything. But I want to come back to Neil's situation of why did he have to have a myofascial release massage done? If you don't know what that is, essentially what they do is they break the adhesions between the skin, the fascia, and the muscles. Because as those layers of tissue become chronically dehydrated, they literally stick to one another. This can cause all kinds of soft tissue, pains, discomforts, and even range of motion limitations. In Neil's case, he was having chronic headaches, almost on the verge of almost being a migraine, not a clinical migraine, but pretty debilitating. Hurt so bad that he just was literally sick to his stomach. He didn't have to go into a dark room like a migraine, but pretty close to it. He noticed that when he's at his desk, he, biomechanically, it physically hurt in his upper shoulders to tilt his head down. I could go through all of his symptoms, but the idea here is myofascial release is breaking down those adhesions between the three layers. The catalyst behind that sticking is chronic dehydration. So what I wanted to talk about in this video briefly is how do you make sure that you're properly hydrated? As I mentioned, snacking on fruits, snacking on vegetables. In addition to snacking on fruits and vegetables, take your body weight in pounds, divide it by 2, and that's how many ounces of fluid you want to take in over the course of an 8 to 10 hour period. You want to weigh yourself in the morning and the evening. You want to make sure that you're always 3 to 5 pounds heavier at night. So when I say to you, are you properly hydrated? You don't have to guess. Simply step on the scale in the morning and the evening. Don't worry about what the number is. And I say that very respectfully. I know for a lot of you have a love-hate relationship with that scale. We're looking at it from a hydration standpoint to alleviate chronic dehydration and all the negative side effects that come with it. Just simply focus on the difference between the evening number and the morning number. There should always be 3 to 5 pounds heavier at night than you were during the day. Now, how do we make sure that that's happening on a daily basis? Snack on fruits and vegetables. Consume half of your body weight in pounds. So, excuse me, I said that incorrectly. Take your body weight in pounds, divide it by 2, and that's how many ounces you want to take in over the course of a 10-hour day. And then if you exercise, make sure that you know what your sweat rate is. Here on YouTube, if you guys will go into the description box, click on the resource tab, you'll get our sweat rate calculator. It's very simple. You just put in your weight before and after and document how much fluid you've consumed. If you stay in that 1 to 2% range, you know that you've offset your sweat. Ideally, you haven't overhydrated or under. So now zoom out. How do you know if you're properly hydrated? I always start with your morning weight and your evening weight. How do we make sure that number is always up every night? Stagger your water intake throughout the day. Snack on fruits and vegetables. And if you exercise, make sure that you offset what you lost in the form of sweat. Not too much and not too little. Now what ends up happening is the skin, the muscles, the tissue, everything is going to slide and glide the way it's supposed to, and you won't have to go through that dreaded myofascial release. So I hope that answers your question. Hopefully we get this information in front of you before it becomes a problem, because a myofascial release, as marketed, shared with everybody, very, very painful. You feel like you've been beat with a baseball bat. You're very sore, lots of bruising that goes with it. And the frustrating part is it's easy to avoid if you know how to avoid it. I want to thank you for your time in this video today. If you happen to have a question or anything I can answer for you, please send me an email, contact@coachrobb.com. We're putting up a video every day, so please make sure that you subscribe, turn on your notifications. Thank you for your time today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.